This one's wife. She is completely forgettable. Hello, I'm HG Tudor. You will be familiar with the cry of, "Do you know who I am?" which is often uttered by some Z-list celebrity attempting to gain admittance to an event on the strength of their name alone. It's pathetic and entitled behaviour. Invariably, it's a narcissist that bleats such a cry. They believe that they should be allowed in, they believe they're more famous or well-known than they actually are, and they believe that they should have special privileges as a consequence of that. The result of this is that they then demand admittance on the strength of their name. It might be that they are recognised, but they're still regarded as a piece of excrement that shouldn't be allowed near the event. In many other instances, the relevant guardian of the door hasn't a fucking clue who they are. These individuals are forgettable, and it would appear that the same fate has befallen this one's wife, which is horrific news for her, because after all, she believes that the universe revolves around her. How did it come to be the case that she had such a belief? Well, of course, it's generated by her narcissism. In order to ensure that she has control, her narcissism has been created so that she believes that she is ultra special, ultra important, ultra significant, so that in so having that belief means that she is then motivated to cause other people to come under her control, to come under her spell, to be ensnared. Part of the reason why she became imbued with this attitude was as a consequence of the way that her father treated her. Her father, in order to overcompensate for the absence of her mother, and because he also needed to subconsciously control his daughter, he did so in what he believed was a benign way by letting her do whatever she wanted and treating her like a princess. This creates a lack of control environment because the child believes that they can achieve anything, even when they don't actually have the commensurate talent to do so. They believe that doors should just open for them because, well, they did when I was a child, because, of course, Daddy was fixing things in the background. Some individuals actually accrue the talent, the drive, the ambition and the ability that means that doors do open for them as a consequence of their achievements. But in many instances, these individuals have always had doors open for them as a consequence of the endeavours of others, and then when it become adults, they believe it should just open for them because, well, they always have done, because it's me. They don't grasp that you need to have talent, ability, manners, courtesy, some kind of achievements to gain admittance. And thus with this one's wife, she believes that she should be allowed to go anywhere and that she is always memorable, that everybody knows who she is because, after all, she is this one's wife. Now, with her, there is something of a paradox. Many people know about her in the last few years purely as a consequence of her status as this one's wife, and you must have been living under a rock not to have heard of her because she's splashed across the news nearly every single day. She married a prince, which became global news, and her antics since then have always resulted in her being in the news, written about, spoken about, subject of videos, subject of blog articles, etc. But prior to that, she very much was a nobody. Sure, she was in a television programme that some people had heard of. She had a degree of prominence on the Toronto scene. But notwithstanding that fact, she would believe that if you met her in 2009, she would very much stick in the memory. That she is beautiful, that she radiates sexual allure, that you would think, wow, what a woman, and that she would be lasered into your mind. Well, unfortunately for her, that isn't the case. And the only reason that people know of her now is through her husband, and hitherto, she was a nobody. Talent-free, charisma-free, nobody. How do we know this? Well, an example comes courtesy of Kelly Rowland from Destiny's Child. The Mail Online, through Jessica Taylor, tells us Kelly Rowland appears to forget meeting this one's wife in 2014 and claims the Beyoncé concert in LA this summer was the first time she crossed paths with the Duchess. Kelly Rowland has gushed about her warm new friend, this one's wife, after the couple met for the first time at a Beyoncé concert in LA this summer. But it appears the Destiny Child pop star, 42, has a short memory, because a photo suggests she actually met the Duchess of Sussex, also 42, less than 10 years ago. The snap from 2014 shows the pair at New York Fashion Week with journalist, stylist and producer Joe Z smiling as they stand either side of him. The photo appears to have been posted on this one's wife's lifestyle blog, Assertion of Control Through Social Media, the TIG, as well as her now defunct Instagram account. She tagged the post with NYFW and Grateful, as well as tagging Kelly Rowland, meaning the Destiny's Child star would have received a notification. Apparently, forgetting this meeting less than a decade ago, Kelly, 42, told Hello magazine her evening with this one's wife and Kerry Washington at the Beyoncé Renaissance tour was the first time they had met. It was my first time meeting her, the singer told the magazine, adding that the Duchess was warm and down to earth. Now, that's positive fuel in the sense of describing her as warm and down to earth, even if it is inaccurate. But the point is that that positive fuel is immediately lost as a consequence of the fact that Kelly Rowland speaks about it being the first time that she has met this one's wife. Kelly said of the Duchess, she was royal before she was in that family. I think that we are royalty before anything, and we have to hold ourselves in that regard as humans, as people. A load of claptrap. Also present in the photo from the Beyoncé gig was actress Kerry Washington, who does seem to remember her early meetings with the Duchess. One photo dating back to 2013 shows this one's wife posing with Kerry Washington at a party in New York City. The event, which is believed to have been in celebration of actor Kerry appearing on the cover of Elle magazine, took place at Il Buco Alimentari and Veneria. At that time, she was playing the starring role of Olivia Pope in the ABC drama series Scandal, a performance that saw her nominated for a Golden Globe and 2 Emmys. Not good news for this one's wife, not to be recognised, and that will hit her because, as I just explained earlier, she believes that she is eminently memorable, that once you've met her, that the meeting is stored in your brain forever. And the fact that somebody famous such as Kelly Rowland doesn't recall meeting her the first time will actually amount to a challenge to this one's wife and cause indignation on her part, because as a narcissist, she presumes that everybody knows who she is and that everybody will remember having met her in the past because she is so wonderful. Yet again, demonstrating that she's a nobody, that were it not for the fact that she married Ginger Bollocks, nobody would know who she is, and that of herself, she is anodyne, beige, and boring. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.